Regional Youth Formation Coordinator, Dr. Jean Loquiliano. Mayong hapon, sir, and Dr. Jean. Our invited speakers, guests, fellow youth formation coordinators, teacher advisors, and regional federated supreme student government officers, maayong hapon sa inyong tanan. The Department of Education Region 10, through the Education Support Services Division, Youth Formation Development welcomes you to the Peer Mediation Training Program. I hope that you have already was able to sign our online attendance for today. Our attendance is, let me just also put it on our chat box. It's tinyurl.com/small letters attendance, capital letters RTOT, small letter peer. So I've posted on our chat box po ang ating attendance link for today. So please don't forget to sign up our attendance link for today. Notice po, when you click on the attendance link, it doesn't ask you to input the time manually. In other words, the time will be based on the timestamp upon answering the form. So make sure po to select the correct or appropriate action, and the days will also be indicated by the timestamp. So make sure po to answer the form per day, that is today, November 29, and then on the succeeding sessions, which will be on December 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and yeah, I think we'll also have it on the 8th. Yes, evaluation link will also be given during the last day. Now, before we begin, may we now invite everyone to prepare for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. This will be followed by the invocation, which will all be played through a multimedia presentation.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alap ng puso, sa tipo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng mag-ibig, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong buglaw. May dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walang pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pa, may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Dear God, we praise and honor you as the Lord of our lives and the Lord over all the earth and beyond. We pray, O God, for your mercy and forgiveness, especially in times when we forget about you and fail to follow your word. O God, we thank you for coming into our lives and remind us that there is always hope for those who pray and believe. For all that we have, our lives, our work, our families, our neighbors, our co-workers, our friends, and even those against us, for whom we also pray. Thank you. O God, as one family, as one Department of Education, teach us to serve you and your people without counting the cost. Teach us to humble ourselves in the name of public service and serve others above our personal interests. And help us to put our faith in action and see you in everything we do and all those we serve, especially our learners, the heart of DepEd 10. Guide and lead our learners, teachers, administrators and staff, family, community, and stakeholders to become faithful to our core values of makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, and makabansa. and enable us to contribute to building the nation and the world, and to make us worthy stewards of all your creation. We bring back all the glory and honor to you, O Lord, our God. Amen.
Once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Peer Mediation Training Program. It's 26 days before Christmas. Advance happy holidays po sa ating lahat. Nakapag-shopping na po ba ang lahat? Excited na po ba ang ating mga learners makatanggap ng aguinaldo? Anyway, kidding aside, no, we hope that everyone is all doing well, safe, and healthy. I know that we can all feel the holiday season, but let's not forget to always be safe and observe proper health protocols as a new COVID variant is on the loose. So ingat-ingat po tayong lahat. Speaking of holidays, I hope your days are merry and bright today, because for our checking of attendance, may we invite everyone to please type in on our chat box any Christmas or holiday related emojis. So it could be a snow, gift, firework, Christmas tree, or whatsoever mga sparklers siguro, or mga any kind of Christmas and holiday related na emoji. So let's just fill our chat box with merry and cheer. No? So I'd like to invite everyone to post on our or drop on our chat box. Yes, thank you so much. Nako, nasa-smell na natin, naamoy na natin ng Pasko. So thank you so much for dropping in those Christmas trees, those stars, mga gifts, no? Ano pa dito, mga Santa Claus gifts, snowman. Yan. So thank you so much. So advance Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays po sa ating lahat. So di ba, napaka-joyful ng ating chat box. So thank you so much for participating, and again, advance Merry Christmas po sa inyo. Now, at this point, we shall be welcomed by no other than our OIC ESSG Chief. Please help me welcome by giving him a virtual applause here on our Zoom platform. May virtual applause button po dyan. Let's all give a virtual
Dave,
applause.
I think we're losing you.
Okay, how about this one? Can you hear me po, everyone?
Parang nakakat ka yata.
Your audio is fine on my end, Sir Dave.
Okay, how about this one po?
Okay lang, Sir
Yeah,
Dave.
it's clear, Sir
It's
Dave.
okay.
Okay po. Sige po. Thank you for the feedback po. Okay, anyway po, again, no, at this point, we shall now be welcomed by no other than our OIC ESSD Chief. Please help me welcome by giving him a virtual round of applause for his opening remarks. Let's all welcome Chief Myron Hill D. Talosig. Sir Myron. Yes, go ahead, Sir Myron.
Yeah, sorry. Medyo nakat siya yata. I think it's our internet connection here since we are having this regional mancom. But anyway, thank you, Dave. Kumusta na po kayo lahat? I'd like to quote the famous and very first paragraph of the Constitution of UNESCO. No, sabi niya, since wars begin in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defenses of peace must be constructed. Ulitin ko. Since wars begin in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defenses of peace must be constructed. This first paragraph of the Constitution of UNESCO reminds us that war and violence are learned behaviors. Humans are not inherently aggressive. War and violence are learned ways of handling intense conflict that tend to develop in contexts where there is injustice, greed, scarcity of resources, and power struggles. Good afternoon po. Again, I am Myron Talosig, lead staff of the Education Support Services Division of DepEd Region 10, and I am excited to open this regional training of trainers on peer mediation today, and I would like to welcome everyone who are in this platform right now. This is a fascinating afternoon since we are to open a training program which is not only revolutionary but also a very practical way of contributing to the peace education initiatives of the Department of Education, which is in a way the lead agency in promoting peace education in the country. If we want to teach our children to prevent war and conflict, we must carefully teach them from the early years on how to relate to others and to resolve conflicts peacefully. At an early age, we need to teach children that resorting to violence is unacceptable as a way of dealing with frustration and conflict for individuals, groups, or nations or countries. While Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot cannot join us today, but who will squeeze in soon in one of the training days of this program, the Chief of the Youth Formation Division, Mr. Adolf Aguilar, is expected to share to us inspiring words that will serve as fuel for us to go through the training program. Today, we will also get to meet the training facilitators for the duration of the program. Brother Reynaldo Barnido, the Executive Director of Duyog Marawi Resource Institute for Peace Education, and his team, who has already implemented this program with the pilot schools of Region 10. I would say that this is a trailblazing activity in the country, since no other region have conducted yet similar activity for their personnel, no less than their youth formation coordinators and teacher advisors as well. But we would like to thank the Central Office for granting us this fund to specifically run this program to include teacher advisors and selected SSG officers. I thank Doc Jean Loquiliano, the Regional Youth Formation Coordinator, for efficiently sourcing out funding from the DepEd Central Office for this activity. We hope that all of you will optimize your participation on this program, since this is a rare opportunity to be included in the trainers list. On one hand, this will not be the first and the last of the capacity building programs on peer mediation, as you will continuously undergo series of capacity building related to negotiation, mediation, and alternative dispute resolution until such time that every one of you will be certified by the Department of Justice to conduct alternative dispute resolution. Let it not be forgotten that handling difficult conversations is one of the basic competencies of leaders. You cannot share what you do not have. Hence, before you teach our children to resolve conflicts peacefully among themselves, you must be able to show them how to manage conflicts in a peaceful way. As we move forward, we begin to focus on the meaning of learning to live together in the context of the school and the community as a whole. May this series of learning sessions make us worthy to the formation of our youth, especially in the context of attaining just and lasting peace here in Northern Mindanao, and making peace to ourselves and to others throughout our lifelong journey. Mabuhay po kayong mga youth formation coordinators, teacher advisors, SSG officers, and learning facilitators. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Back to you, Dave, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Myron. No? Napakagandang pangbungad po and very relatable sa ating topic natin for today and the next coming days. Like you, Sir Myron, we are also excited for all our learnings for this training. We would also like to acknowledge the support of our ever dynamic and outstanding Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot, CESO 3, who is in a MANCOM meeting right now. We will be hearing a message from RD in the next sessions. So we'll be hearing from RD probably in the next days. So at this juncture, we shall now hear a message of support coming from no other than the Chief of the Youth Formation Division. Coming from DepEd Central Office, let's give a warm welcome to Chief Adolf Aguilar. May we ask Sir Ralph to play the recorded video and message of Sir A? Okay. I think there seems to be some technical difficulties with the video message of Sir Adolf. So probably we can get back to that later. So we shall now proceed with the leveling of expectations and the presentation of scheduled activities, which will be given to us by our Senior Educational Program Specialist and our Regional Youth Formation Coordinator, Dr. Jean E. Loquiliano. Dr. Jean?
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Dave. My afternoon greetings, of course, to our OIs, to our Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot, and also to our OICES as the Chief, Sir Myron Hill Talosig, and of course, our facilitators. We have here Brother Ray. We also have here Sir Abdullah Ahmad, and the rest of the YFCs or the Division Youth Formation Coordinators. And also we have here our Regional Federated Supreme Student Government and the select teacher advisors from the 14 divisions. So before we'll proceed to our main discussion, the first topic for this afternoon, we'll try to have first our leveling of expectations, as well as our temperature check for us to assess our emotion for this afternoon's training, yung first day. So I prepared a Jamboard for you. Please just try to click that one in the chat. Yeah. Just kindly click that one. So we have here our first slide. Describe your feelings today, one word only. Just try to have yung click the sticky note, then just try to write your feelings for this afternoon. So meron nang dito, excited. No, wala na excited. Sana yun. Okay, we have here excited. Ano pa? We only have one here. Excited. Still. John per kid. What's yours? Okay, Cam. Eager. Yes, Ma'am Loceline. What's yours? Just type at the left side yung sticky note. My sticky note dyan. You just type your feelings for this afternoon. We also have your happy. Happy, still happy, anticipating for something, what? For a very important topic. Okay, happy, still, we have here Cam. So dalawa po ang nag-write ng happy. Isa sa excited, isa sa eager, isa sa cam, isa sa anticipating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lang ang nag-write here. And I think here in our Jamboard, we are all 12 here ang nakapasok. I don't know kung saan ang iba. So excited pa rin. Okay, we'll try to put it here. Sige. We have here happy. I'll try to arrange. So happy, excited. We also have a giddy, excited, delighted, still delighted. We're still waiting for more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ay tama, 13 lang ang nakapasok dito. Baka naiwan po yung iba. Okay, so we'll try to settle for this. Meron pa, hopeful. He or she is hoping for something. Okay, we'll try to put here. Alva Joy, what's yours? Okay, so at least we have here. So 3 answers for excited. That's a very good one. It's a good sign that you are excited for this peer mediation training. Then we also have 3 responded for this feeling na happy sila for this training. That's good. And then we also have here Cam, eager. We have here motivated. We also have here 2 for delighted. And then 1 anticipating. We also have here 2 for hopeful. Meron po bang pahabol? So these are yung mga feelings sa ating mga participants. Parang ito ang kanilang temperature for this afternoon's first day of this regional training of trainers on peer mediation. So we're happy for that one. Glad to know that you're all excited, that most of you are excited, and some are happy, and some are hopeful. Then some are anticipating for something to come, so for something to learn, for something perhaps to relearn, and for something to unlearn. Okay, that could be. Sige. Thank you, and then we'll proceed to the next. What are your expectations from this training? Parang meron nang nag-drawing here. Okay. What are your expectations? So again, just click the sticky note at the left side and then write your expectation. It could be one word, it could be a phrase, or it could be a sentence, but it's better in a word or phrase lang to make it short. Expectation. I think excited yung feelings mo. Wow. So we have here first, expectation ng ating first ating participant is concrete enlightenment. Okay. Next, another. Ano po bang expectation? Additional knowledge. Okay, very good. We have here. Another one. Okay, the same, gain knowledge. Then another, to gain something useful for my peer and learners. Okay, that's good. We'll try to put here the similar answers. Then gain new knowledge. Ano po ba? Others are still thinking. So we have here the commonalities of the answers or expectation. So 4 responded that they expect to gain new knowledge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then another responded, we have here to be equipped. Another one, I'm waiting for others. I think 15 na nakapasok here sa Jamboard. Here we have here, have more friends and gain knowledge at the same time. Yes, gaining more friends at the same time learning. That's it. Next, another. Ano po bang other answers ng ating mga participants ngayon? Ano po ba talaga yung mga expectations for this 7-day training? Learn techniques. Very good. Another, to be equipped. Okay, we'll put it here. To be equipped. 2 responded for that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lang ang nag-respond. Learn the process. Okay, very good. We have here. One of our participants answered that he or she wants to learn the process of peer mediation. So exactly, because when I speak of process, it involves parang interrelated activities na hindi pwedeng we jump to the third steps. We really have to start what should be done first, the second, the third, and so forth. Next one, have more friends. I think, okay, know ways how to resolve conflict. So these are our expectations gathered from the participants for this 7-day training. So all of this for sure will be achieved after the 7-day training, in which you would have, after gaining knowledge and skills on this topic, you will be at the end of this 7-day training, you will be applying all those knowledge and skills so that you will know how to resolve conflict, as expected here, that you want to learn the process on peer mediation. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. At least we know already your emotion, your feelings for this afternoon, for the 7-day training. And also we know already your expectations for this training. So next will be the presentation of your activities for this 7-day training. Let me present first. I can share. Sir Ralph, parang hindi po ako makashare. Parang host disabled participant screen sharing. So I will just read na lang. Yeah, there's no need for, I'm going to read na lang. These are our scheduled activities. Since nag-disable po ako sa, I can share my presentation. Sige lang. We have here, for our day 1, so these are our scheduled activities for this 7-day training. For day 1, that is November 29, today, we've done with the preliminaries, and then it will be followed right after this one will be the presentation of the training course objectives to be presented to us by our invited facilitator, speaker, the Executive Director, Chief Learning Officer, DM Resource Institute for Peace Education, and other than Brother Reynaldo Barnido. And of course, this will be followed by the introduction and orientation assessment to be presented to us by Brother Reynaldo Barnido. Then for day 2, that is December 1, our topic will focus on communication skills for youth accompaniment towards identity formation, particularly emphatic listening, probing, and social media engagement. So the same pa rin ang ating speaker facilitator for this topic. And then for day 3, that is December 2, the activity or topic will focus on conflict management in a school setting. And this will be presented to us by Mr. Abdullah Ahmad. And then offline coaching will be followed by the 2 speakers or facilitators. And then day 4, that is December 3, will be the education for peace and nonviolence for the millennial generation, to be presented by or discussed by Brother Reynaldo Barnido again. Then for day 5, that will be on December 6, will be the skills in facilitating a school-based peer mediation program. And in the afternoon will be the definition, components, and steps in organizing a peer mediation program. And that will be facilitated to us by Sir Abdullah Ahmad, and of course, Brother Reynaldo Barnido. And then for day 6, that will be on December 7, will be the simulation exercises on handling a peer mediation case with advanced reading and assignments. And then in day 7, that would be the last day, and that will be December 9. It's because December 8 is a non-working holiday pala. That will be the training plan making, or the making of the training plan. It's because it is expected that this will be cascaded to your respective division. And then the presentation of the assignment. Then the last part will be the assessment and culmination, to be facilitated again by Brother Reynaldo Barnido. So these are our scheduled activities for the 7-day training for the regional training of trainers on peer mediation. So good luck, everyone, and thank you so much for giving your time for this, and giving your time and your heart for this training. Again, maraming salamat. Back to you, Sir Dave.
Thank you so much, Doc Jean. So I guess it's going to be a very full pack, no? And what our participants have also shared on the Jamboard, we will be really learning a lot of new things with this training. So thank you so much, Doc Jean. And now we shall now proceed to the highlight of today's activity. So let me now introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon. Our guest resource speaker for today is a peace champion, a disaster risk reduction and emergency response specialist, climate change advocate, lay contemplative psychosocial specialist, and management coach, and also an author. Brother Ray has 3 decades of exemplary work engagements in the fields of community development, emergency management, humanitarian work, and popular education all over the country and all around the world. He has served as a community-managed disaster risk reduction specialist and has helped in developing a culture-based CMDRR approach that was pilot tested in 20 barangays covered by Project Reach Philippines and funded by Caritas Internationalis. He was part of the training team of the first national CMDRR training of trainers funded by CordAid in partnership with the CBCP NASA. For 1 year, Brother Ray was part of the management team of the first faith-based CMDRR ever piloted in the history of DRR and implemented in Tacloban City and the municipality of Palo, funded by the Swedish Civil Contingencies Agency, MC, and the United Nations Development Program. There he also wrote the manual for this project, which was then published by MSP. Brother Ray also served as a meal officer of Caritas Palo, being part of the training team that provided regular trainings and updating to program managers and meal officers of the 9 dioceses covered by Project Reach Philippines. There he served as external evaluator of several projects under the Philippine Development Assistance Program, or PDAP, for the Philippine Partnership for the Development of Human Resources in Rural Areas. He also authored the M&E manual for Caritas Palo. As an emergency management specialist, he helped set up the Yolanda Pastoral Relief Center for the Metropolitan Archdiocese of Palo and the Bohol Earthquake Pastoral Response for the Church in Bohol. He also is a consultant to Caritas Italiana for their emergency response program in the Archdiocese of Capiz. Recently, Sir Ray, or Brother Ray, was part of the rapid assessment teams sent by NASA or Caritas Philippines for Typhoon Sagupit in Samar, Typhoon Lando in Sierra Madre, and Typhoon Nona in Catarman. He was also part of the church-based emergency response team for Typhoon Ondoy, Sendong, Pablo, Milenio, and all others. In addition, he also organized the Duyog Marawi Interfaith Response and Cotabato Earthquake Response. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Youth Formation Coordinators, RFSSG officers, and everyone in the virtual platform, please help me welcome by giving him a virtual applause, the Executive Director and Chief Learning Officer of Duyog Marawi Resource Institute for Peace Education, Help me welcome Brother Ray Barnido.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Is
hear
my
you,
audio
bro.
okay? Thank you. Okay.
Yes, po.
I might need the share screen later if that can be put to multiple sharing. Yes, and Sir Myron, Ma'am Jean, and everyone from the 14 divisions of Region 10. Maayong hapon sa inyong lahat. Kami ni Ahmad, I will introduce him later. We are from Duyog, Marawi, and maybe I'll begin with introducing our organization. As you all know, the Catholic Church had been targeted during the Marawi siege. Our church was bombed. Practically everyone in our church, inside the church at the time, was hostage, and some were killed by the ISIS forces at the time. So we were warned by the military not to return because apparently we were targeted by ISIS, either by threatening us to leave, by killing many of us, or by held us hostage. But our bishop said, if we will not return to Marawi, then the ISIS forces have won, because what they wanted is to eliminate the Christians from Marawi. So the bishop decided to set up a team, and we returned to Marawi at the height of the war, when many of our people were still held hostage. And that's when Duyog Marawi was born. We came from different church organizations, and we decided to work with our Muslim young professionals. And although we began with the emergency response, but eventually through the years, we felt our role as an organization is to help bridge the gap between Muslims and Christians and create a culture of peace, a culture of dialogue, particularly among the young people. So we piloted in a program on peer mediation. It was called Turogan. It was piloted inside the MSU main campus in Marawi City, and we also did community-based peer mediation among the many barangays in Marawi City. And from that piloting, we were asked by ZIZ to train some teachers and students in Caraga, in Barm, and in Region 10 for our pilot program on school-based peer mediation. And from that experience, we realized it might be good to expand it to make peer mediation part of the culture of the Department of Education. And that's why I'm very happy that Sir Myron and Ma'am Jill thought of training the youth formation coordinators from the 14 divisions. So the previous course was, the Turugan was a 1-year course, and then the GIZ course was 3 months, and then now it's a 1-week course, partly because we felt more confident that we have narrowed down the essential elements of putting up a school-based peer mediation program for our public schools. So let me introduce first my training team. Si Abdul Ahmad is the chief of our peace building, and I'll ask him to introduce himself. Ahmad?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, and good afternoon, everyone. So, I think malakas yung hangin dyan, naririnig nyo kasi malapit ako sa dagat. Anyway, I am Abdullah Ahmad, and as what Sir Ray said, I am the department head or the chief peace building officer ng Duyog Marawi. I've been with Duyog Marawi for I think 4 years now, and I'm a graduate of Communication Studies, major in Development Communication from Mindanao State University, Marawi Campus. I'm a native, local ng Lanao del Sur. Ano pa ba? I've been immersed sa Marawi response namin through Duyug Marawi. And sa mga interfaith works naman, I've been sent by the organization to different churches para mag-speak about our faith. Ano yung view ng isang young Muslim about peace, about interfaith, at saka yung understanding natin bilang Muslim ng peace. Because we believe na peace is, no matter what your religion is for all. And it is something that binds us all. So, once again, I am Abdullah Ahmad, 27 years of age, and I'm excited. And although medyo pressured, but I'm really excited and looking forward to the coming days ahead for this regional training of trainers in peer mediation. Thank you and good afternoon.
Yan. Perhaps before I'll begin the course orientation, I just want to hear everyone's voice. And so I'll give time for us to introduce ourselves formally. I suppose many of you know each other well, but there are also students in the room, there are teachers in the room. So let's call by division. So when I call your name, kindly open your microphone, open your camera so that you can see and hear you. And anybody, so like if you're a student from that division or you are a deputy official, just take turns introducing your name and currently what is your designation or what school are you representing if you're a teacher or a student. So I'll begin with the division of Bukidnon.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I am Roniljon Estiba, sir, from DepEd Bukidnon. I am a Project Development Officer 1. And with me, we have 3 PDOs kasi, sir, in DepEd Bukidnon. Sir Bobby and Ma'am Lynn. Ma'am Lynn, good afternoon.
Let's listen to them. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Lynn Ilyurine, and I am a newly hired Project Development Officer. I am from the division of Bukidnon.
Thank you. Let's call the teacher advisor from Bukidnon. Hello, kindly open your microphone. If Miss Eliza Simon is around.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Anong school po kayo, ma'am? I'm Elisa.
Sir. Alai National High School.
You are from Alain National High School. Very good. You are also teaching? You are handling a class?
Yes, I'm also teaching.
All right, thank you, ma'am. We also have somebody from RF SSG for Bukidnon. Si Miss Prima Takandong. Is she around?
Yes, sir. But she is not with me right now. She is in another area.
Oh, okay. So you belong to the same school?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we'll go to the division of Cagayan de Oro.
Yes, good afternoon, Brother Ray. Dave Tan po from the Division of Cagayan de Oro, Project Development Officer for Youth Formation. And together with me is Sir Jairus Guchoco and our teacher advisor, Sir Rafael Silagan. Sir Jai, if you're around. Or Sir Ralph? Sir Ralph?
Yes. Hi, Sir Dave. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rafael Silagan, representing Cagayan de Oro, teacher advisor of Tablon National High School. Ngayong hapon.
Tablon. Okay. Now we'll have Camiguin, Miss Annalyn Manaag.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Annalyn Bibanaag, the Project Development Officer 2 of the Division of Camiguin. And I am also the Youth Formation Coordinator and at the same time the DRRM Coordinator. I have with me Sir Popeye Almonia, a Teacher Advisor of EUP. Sir Popeye.
Thank you, Ma'am. Sir Popeye. Is that around?
Okay, audio, Sir Popeye.
Paki-on na lang po ang mic, Sir Popeye. Hindi makakonect, no? Sige, salamat na lang. We'll call El Salvador, Ma'am Jurica Ethel Estrada, if she's around. Do we have the representatives?
Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hello, sir. I'm Popeye Almonia from the Division of Camiguin, the teacher advisor. And
Okay. Thank you. Can we call now the representatives from El Salvador Division?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jaen Keith Farder Rochas. I am a teacher advisor from the Division of El Salvador City. And with me is my president, Joan Shane Dancel. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe we can hear from Joanne.
Hello, sir. I'm Joanne Shane C. Dansal, SSG President of Sinaloa National High School.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, Joanne.
Thank you, sir.
Now let's move to Hingoog. Ma'am Sheila Pontillas, if she's around.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Ma'am, kindly introduce yourself po
Yes,
to
sir.
everyone.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I am Sheila T. Pontillas, PDO1 for Youth Formation Division. So with me is our SSG Federation Office President and our SSG Teacher Advisor.
Sige, let's hear from them. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Thank you po.
Nandito ba si Ma'am Aileen?
Yes, good
Mandukita?
afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Eileen Ismandukita from Hingoog City Comprehensive National High School. The current SSG Division Federated SSG Advisor, President, and the current regional Federated SSG Teacher Advisor Auditor. And we also have here now is our SSG President, Ray Delauta. And he is also the current regional SSG auditor. Reeve. Reeve.
Reeve, open your microphone.
Go on, Ray. Dili pa ka madunggan.
Madunggan ako, sir. Ay, ma'am.
Okay na. Go.
Okay.
Sige.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulty. My mic wasn't working. But to proceed, I am Reeve Anuada Dalauta of Hingoog City Comprehensive National High School, and I am the current Division Federated Supreme Student Government President and the Regional Federated Auditor. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. Welcome, Mom and Reeve.
Thank you,
Let's
sir.
call the representatives from the Division of Iligan. Sir John Perkins Sibua, if he's around.
Good afternoon, everyone, to our OIC SSD Chief, Sir Mayron, to our Regional Youth Formation Coordinator, Ma'am Jean Caliano, and to our guest speaker, Sir Ray, and to everybody, good afternoon po. I am John Perkins Sebwa, the Youth Formation Coordinator of the Division of Iligan City, and with me is our Teacher Advisor for SSG, Miss Ana Marie Real. Ma'am Ann.
Thank you, Sir John. Go ahead, Ma'am Ann.
Good afternoon po sa lahat. Magandang hapon po.
Good afternoon. Saang school po kayo, Ma'am Ann?
Hello po, naririnig po ako, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. From Iligan City Division, our school, Acelo C. Badillas Memorial High School. Teacher Advisor po ng SSG.
Thank you. Welcome po, Ma'am Ann and Sir John. Now we'll call Lanao del Norte, Miss Alva Joy Mugot, if she's around.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon, Ma'am.
po sa ating lahat from the land of beauty and bounty, Lanao del Norte po. Kasama ko po dito yung partner ko, si Miss Dimple Cabasis, at saka yung teacher advisor, Ma'am Juliet Ann de la Cruz.
Thank you. We'll hear from them.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dimple Cabasis, Youth Formation Coordinator from the Division of Lanao del Norte, and Ma'am Juliet.
Ma'am Juliet.
Hello, good afternoon. I am Joelat and M. De La Cruz, Teacher Advisor from Kapatagan National High School, Division of Lanao del Norte.
Kapatagan. Yeah, I've been there, Ma'am Juliet. Welcome, everyone from the land of beauty and bounty. Now let's call from the Division of Malaybala.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. I am Lucilin Kahukom, Project Development Officer, the Youth Formation Coordinator. With me is my partner, Sir Carl Luis Pagaran, our Teacher Advisor, Sir Dome, and Jambar, our SSG Officer. Sir Carl?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carl Lois Pagaran, as Ma'am Lucille mentioned.
Thank you. Welcome. And we will hear from Jamber.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sir Dominador Bautista, Teacher Advisor of Jamber, the SSG, the Division Federated President. Jamber.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jamber Alexis Idulsa from Bukidnon National High School, the Malaybalay City Division Federated Supreme Student Government President, as well as the Regional Federated Supreme Student Government Public Information Officer.
Wow, welcome all of you. Let's call the representatives from the Division of Misamis Occidental. Ms. Marian? Ma'am Marian April?
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marian April Abihabuta, Project Development Officer 1 of the Division of Misamis Occidental. With me is Ma'am Eltar Hazel, B. Miraflor of Baliangaw School of Fisheries, or SSG Teacher Advisor.
All right, let's hear from her. Ma'am Elter?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Elter Hazel B. Miraflor, representing the Division of Misamis Occidental, specifically in the School of Baliangaw School of Fisheries. Thank you.
Good afternoon,
you.
everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Narinjan Ipalvera, the Division Federated President of the Division of Misamis Occidental, and I am present. God bless and keep safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Norwin, Ma'am Elter, Ma'am Marian. Welcome. Now let's call Misamis Oriental. Ma'am Christine.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. I am Christine Cabiasa, the Division Youth Formation Coordinator of the Division of Misamis Oriental. And together with me is my partner, Ma'am Arlene Valmores, and our SSG advisor, Ma'am Ruchel Sagrado from Baliwagan National High School. God bless everyone. Thank you.
All right, let's hear from them. Baliwagan National High School. Nandyan ba si Ma'am Rochelle Sagrado?
Yes po, sir. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Rochelle C. Sagrado from Baliwagan National High School, ACSG Advisor, Balingasag South District, Division of Misamis Oriental. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Jerson Lozano around? Yung ating RFSSG for Misamis Oriental. Jerson? Wala, baka hindi lang nakakonect. Thank you. Welcome, Miss Orr. Let's call the representatives from Oroquieta. Sir Raymond Atay.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Christmas greetings from the city of Good Life. I am Raymond Atay, the Project Development Officer 1 of Oroquieta City Division. Together with me, our teacher advisor, Sir J.D.A. Palanas, and our Division Federated President, Mark Pahulaya.
Thank you. Let's hear from them. JD.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm JDA Splanas from a teacher advisor from Oroquieta City Division, and also an elementary teacher of Oroquieta City.
All right. Si John Mark Pahulaya is around. There he is. Good afternoon,
Good day,
John
everyone.
Mark.
Hi, hello, sir. Okay, good day, everyone. I'm John Mark A. Pahulaya from Misamis Occidental National High School, and I'm the Division Federated SSG President of Oroquieta City. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Welcome. Let's hear from Ozamis. Ma'am Jean Lian Ozaraga. Ozamis?
Good afternoon, sir. I don't think Ma'am Lian is here in the meeting right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, ikaw na lang. Who is this?
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isabella Cassandra Tilia of Ozamis City Division. I am currently studying in Ozamis City National High School. I am the Division Federated SSG President of our division, and also I am currently the Regional Federated SSG President of Region 10. That's all. Thank you.
Wow. Good job. So I suppose Christine Rigodon is also not around. No? Thank you, Isabella.
Thank you,
And
sir.
let's listen to Tanggub.
A pleasant afternoon to everyone. From the Christmas Sembus capital, Tangub City, I am Arniel Buenaventura Mihoy, the Youth Formation Coordinator, and I have with me the teacher advisors from Tangub City National High School, Ma'am Siti Badre Datu Dakula and Ma'am Annabel Lumingkit, and our RFSSG Treasurer, the Ma'am Arin Jean Jakalan. Ma'am Seti, if you may.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ma'am Siti, just introduce yourself, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and assalamualaikum. I am Siti Badria Manalokon Datudakula from Tangub City Division, Tangub City National High School SSG Advisor, and I am proud to say that I am a Marinal from like Sir Abdullah, I forgot. Abdullah Ahmad, yes, from and also MSU1, graduate from Mindanao State University,
Wow.
Marawi City. Yes, sir, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Si Aaron Jean is here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
I am Arinjin Hatalan, the SSG President of Taguig City National High School and the DFSSG President in our division and also the RFSSG Treasurer. Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone from Tangub, the Christmas, ano daw yun? Christmas capital of the Philippines.
Christmas Symbols Capital.
Wow.
Simply home.
Sige, bibisita kami dyan. Let's call Valencia. Ano naman sila? Baka New Year capital.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
I am James Salvan. I am the Division Federated Advisor from Valencia National High School. And with me is our SSG Division Federated President, Ms. Trixie Morales. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you. Trixie?
Yes, hello, sir. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. May kasama kang aso. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Once again, good afternoon. My name is Trixie J. Morales. I am the proud president of Valencia National High School and the proud Division Federated SSG president of Valencia City, and currently the Regional Federated Vice President of the Region 10. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I am Emmanuel Nunez, the Youth Formation Coordinator of the Division of Valencia City.
Thank you. Welcome, Sir Emmanuel. Did I miss anybody? May hindi ba natawag? Okay. So I think we practically covered everyone. I'm not too sure if you can see my presentation. Dave, can you makita ba ang aking shared presentation?
Yes po, bro. Rather A.
All right. So I'll spend half of this afternoon on the course orientation, and the other half is on a pretest and a little bit on some of the assessment skills we will be doing. I assume that we are aware that this is a trainer's training, and one of the outputs, the main output of this is a training plan, which you will implement in your own divisions. And that means you will be selecting your own participants and making your own training needs assessment. I also assume that you have, because most of you are youth coordinators and SSG advisors, and also you are already familiar with the training technology. So we always begin with a pre-test and compare that with the post-test at the end of the training course. So that's the second half of what's going to happen this afternoon. I'll begin with what this course is all about, because when this was developed by GIZ, it's part of a bigger program called UCAP, and UCAP is funded by the German government precisely in helping young people in Mindanao towards becoming agents of a culture of peace. And UCAP and this particular training gets its legal mandate from the Executive Order 570, the series of 2006, and I think many of you have read that one. It's called Institutionalizing Peace Education and Basic Education and Teachers Education. And that was a very ambitious EO, actually, and many schools around the country still do not have a clear idea of how to institutionalize peace education in their schools, how much more in the colleges and universities offering teachers education. But there have been several initiatives in this area. But this is the first time that we'll be doing peer mediation. And I think, as Sir Myron said earlier, this is a pioneer. This is the first time it happened in the country that that a DepEd region actually focuses on creating peer mediation practices in their schools. We piloted this in Caraga with the Madrid National High School, in Barm for Kapatagan National High School, and in two schools in Region 10, one in Malaybalay, in Luyungan High School, it's an IP school, and another one in Hasaan National High School. And therefore the focus is basically this. It's creating a culture of peace. And I'd like to emphasize that peer mediation is really just one of the many, many things we can do to transform our schools into zones of peace. Because peer mediation will not be successful if there is no peace education in the curriculum, if there is no accompanying administrative support from the principal and all of that. Everyone, all stakeholders in the school must be committed to a culture of peace, and that is the only way peer mediation will work. Without that, and in our piloting, we found out that it really helps a lot if all stakeholders will contribute to the creation of a culture of peace in the school and in the classroom. So basically, this is how it looks like. So the basis of our training program is Executive Order number 570. And what we are trying to address is a culture of violence in our schools. And that comes in many forms. I think you are familiar with some of the things that they are experiencing, either conflict or violence. Bullying, for example, like what you see in the picture, propagates a culture of violence, although technically that is not considered a conflict because bullying does not fall into the definition of conflict. It falls into the definition of violence. But there can be physical, emotional conflicts inside classroom. It can be in many of the public high schools. There are frat wars, gang wars. There is online bullying. There is cyber bullying that's happening every day. And a result of that, one of the many results of that is the rising incident in teenage depression and the rising incidence of teenage suicide in the country. A culture of violence does not just affect the learning process. It also affects the health and wellness of the young people today. And therefore, we are hoping that through peer mediation, we create a culture of peace. That is the framework. That's a transformative process that we are trying to do. Peer mediation is just a vessel, it's just an instrument so that we can transform our schools where violence becomes part of the culture, where bullying is applauded by classmates rather than being called upon, where discrimination against people are tolerated, discrimination against students who are fat, so or who are LGBT, or who are coming from indigenous peoples, communities. There are many forms of discrimination in the classroom, and that creates an emotional impact on the lives of these students. And that is where peer mediation can come in. So here, peer mediation is really an alternative to the usual approaches of discipline. Because I think many of you, for a long time, every time there is a conflict, lagi yan, pinapadala yan sa principal, pinapaglitan yung dalawa, which creates a culture of conflict still. No? Kasi it's either, kung may guidance office, pinapadala sa guidance. Kung hindi, pinapadala sa principal. Doon, pinipilit yung mag-away to reconcile. Kasi kung hindi i-reconcile, hindi ipababalik sa classroom. And that is one of the worst things you can do to students in your high school and elementary. You don't force negotiation. You don't threaten them to befriend. Di ba ganyan yung ibang principal, no? Sige, pag hindi kayo magkaintindihan, hindi kayo pwedeng bumalik sa classroom. so the threat becomes the reason why they would reconcile, and that wouldn't help in creating a culture of peace. But also we think that the usual route, which is escalating to isumbong ba, that's a sumbong culture, no? Isumbong sa teacher, o kundi kayo isumbong sa principal, isumbong sa classroom advisor, and that doesn't empower students to deal with their own conflicts. That do not allow students to learn from their experiences. So we develop, Abdul Ahmad and I developed this course because we would like that schools should move away from discipline. That school should move away from memorandum. That school should away from the usual form of calling parents and say, yung anak mo dito nagwawala, because that is not helpful at all. Parents will defend their children, correct? Walang parent na hindi magde-defend. Ang mangyari, instead na dalawang bata nag-away tuloy yung parents kasi pinatawag ba. That's called conflict escalation, no? Pinalaki mo yung conflict instead of them managing it. So when Ahmad and I developed this, we think there has to be a better way of dealing with conflicts in the school, violence in the school. Because violence can happen at the back of the gate, sa likod ng canteen, where people hurt each other outside the sight of the adults, no? So hindi natin alam, uuwi na lang yung bata ay may pasana dahil sinaktan. At bakit ayaw nilang magsumbong? Kasi kung isumbong naman sa teacher, ay hindi naman equip ang teacher to deal with conflicts. Ang ending ay disciplinary action kaagad. And disciplinary action does not transform a school. So that is the whole intent of a process like this. That we want to move away from practices that perpetuate conflict and violence and create a better culture of peace in our classroom, in our schools. And in the process, the school, if you look at this, will become a catalyst for a culture of peace in the bigger society. when young people are trained how to deal with their own conflicts, their families will see the difference. And even our previous trainees who graduated from our previous course, they brought the skill to their homes and they teach their parents how to handle conflict without using discipline. So slowly, the school influences the family, and the family influences the neighborhood. And the long-term impact of what we are trying to do with this program with Ma'am Jean and Sir Myron is the school will be an instrument of peace in the wider society, in the wider community. So that is the rationale of why we're doing this in a Christmas season. Paskong Pasko will be talking about conflict, but never mind. For us who are Christians here, Jesus is the Prince of Peace, and basically that's what he wanted to do, no? To create a culture of peace in the world today. So there are 6 areas of competence we'll be focusing on. And although some of you mentioned about leadership, that is not really the intent, but we will be giving many of leadership skills that will be helpful to the leaders. Ang pinaka-basic na this is called access, no? ACCESS. So yung una ay konti lang naman ito an assessment skills to determine the training needs of your students, participants. The cascading of this course assume that the division and the teacher coordinators and will organize a division level training that can cascade to the teachers, and the teachers will then cascade to their students. There's a long-term plan for a project like this. The second is we hope to enhance your communications for accompaniment skills. Because at the bottom line, peace building is really just purposive communication. Walang negotiation mangyayari without communication. Walang mediation mangyayari without the parties communicating with each other. Kahit malaking gera pa yan, it's all about the parties talking to each other. And that is communication skills. But this particular communication skills is towards identity formation. And therefore, there are 3 subsets that we'll be focusing on. Emphatic listening. Dahil mediator should be able to focus, should be able to listen, and should be able to listen with empathy. And that means hindi lang siya makikinig sa sinasabi, but can actually read and hear what the person is not saying. No. What the person is feeling at the moment. Probing is a skill in getting more information without getting more information in a non-threatening manner. And social media engagement is a skill in which our own social media are platforms for peace building. And then the third is focus more on conflict management in a school setting, and we'll introduce here several approaches in creating a setup for how to manage conflicts in a school setting, because the conflict can be between students. It can also be between a student and a teacher, or a conflict could be between a teacher and a teacher, or between a principal and a teacher. Those are levels of conflicts that you'll be dealing with. And there are several layers of conflict management strategies we'll be talking about in the 3rd module. The 4th module is more focused on education for peace and non-violence. And there will be several best practices. Will be Abdullah Ahmad and I will be talking about many of the best practices in inserting peace education into your school curriculum. And then the last two are practically half is focused on the last two skills, and that is skills in facilitating a school-based peer mediation program. That ranges from how to create a peer mediation room, how to select members of your peer mediation team, how to train them, how to set up the office, and basic skills like that. It means also helping principals decide what to do with a case, because sometimes the first impulse of teachers is to always inform the principal. And the principal has to decide whether that case should be going through a peer mediation. And the last is simulation, and that means we will actually ask all of you to handle a case. And we will be watching how you will deal with that. There are 4 conflicts and violence that we will be dealing with in the case studies. These are case studies in bullying, case study in homophobia, and that is basically violence against students who are effeminate and how they are being dealt with by other people. Drug dependency and how some of the students who are drug users can create conflict inside the school. And the last case is on discrimination. It's either discrimination because of their cultural traditions or coming from indigenous people's communities, or this could be discrimination because of their looks and their body or their disability. Like a lot of people would find it funny to make, insults and fun of people with disabilities. And will be one of you, some of you will be dealing with that. So there are 4 cases in the simulation. Before I continue, do we have questions? Just open your microphone if there are clarifications. Wala? May mga tanong, or can just use the chat box? Okay. I'll stop muna the presentation, and I would like to ask samples from all of the divisions in terms of what kind of conflict are experienced or violence are experienced in the schools under your division. So pwede somebody from your division can just share kung ano klase conflicts ang naranasan na inyong mga eskwelahan. We'll begin with Valencia. James, go ahead. We're just asking for samples of the conflicts in your schools. Kindly unmute yourself if you want to talk. Valencia?
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. One of the cases that is existing in our school, sir, is bullying. This actually been addressed every time there is a problem with students to students. Our advisor is the one in charge to settle the problem, sir. And if it's not to, I mean, dili na gid sa masettle sa advisor, sir, that's the time that the students will be sent to the guidance counselor and as well as to the disciplinarian's office.
Okay, so teacher muna and then guidance counselor.
Yes, sir.
I-escalate.
Then,
I-escalate.
yes, sir.
Okay.
If hindi pa gid masettle, sir, then we will call the attention of the parents.
Then you will call the parents.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's our
hanggang tatawagin na lang. Tatawagin na ang
our
police.
process, sir.
Sige, sige.
Yes,
That's
sir. Yes,
unusual. Pero may mga
Yes, sir.
cases
That's
na
our-
bullying in your school. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
welcome.
Hingoog, what are your experiences?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Based on our experience, matubanungan ko, sir?
Yes, yes. I can hear you, Eileen.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Based on our experiences, ang school namo is considered as categorized as the MIGA school. So, if na ay mga problema na ma-encounter sa room, gina-settle gina siya sa advisor, sir, and then pag dili na gid siya excuse me, pag dili na gid siya ma-settle, so mauna nang ginapa like what the other kuan said nga ayan na dayon siya ipa guidance counselor tapos i-call na dayon ang attention sa parents. Sa amo ang school is mura siya melting pot kay tungod sa kadako tapos naami ODL before nga the face to face naami science curriculum naami sa kanang basic tapos naapagid mi ang kanang open high school. So murag gasagol gid na ang amuang school but
Kung sa Bisaya pa saksak sinagol ang eskwelahan, Eileen.
sinagol gid, sir. Oh, ana siya, sir. Ana siya kadako na ay kay makain ka makakita kag kanang usahay magdinumugay dito sa taas kay naanay nagdalag ice pick o inana siya, sir. Pero
Ganon, wala bang guard makadala ng ice pick
naa
sa
siya,
mga
sir.
estudyante?
Actually, por tungod sa kadako sa school, dili siya pila ka buildings na pila man yata ka buildings, murag more than 10 na ata ka buildings mi.
Sa Hingoog National, no?
Oo, yes, sir. Hingoog Comprehensive National High School. But with God's grace, na anam gid tuop to siya kuan, sir, na naman solve tapos naapag gid toy kuan na lang ni shared na lang ni ang na ay mga gang na among na experience to ang kanang mga bata gid ba nga na abuse bitaw, sir, nga grade 7, grade 8 di pasulod og mga gang tapos kanang I don't know if pwede ba
Frat
i-share
wars,
kanang
mga ganyan, no?
Oo, kanang sexually abused, sir. Sumutong na murag na call gid ang attention sa mga sa guidance counselor mo tong gianam-anam gito sila og gianam-anam gito sila patawag, gianam-anam og istorya ang parents gipagi house to house. Sa kaluoy sa Ginoo na solve man po na dugay, sir.
All right, very
So
good.
that's it. Thank you.
Pag-usapan din natin, we'll be talking a little bit on the referral pathways if there are abuses already, like sex abuse in the or teenage pregnancy, which is a different matter altogether. Or anything that has a legal implication. Pag-usapan din natin yan. Thank you, Eileen. We will call El Salvador.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Sean.
Shane po, sir.
Shane.
Namali lang. Oo.
Okay.
So, sir, ang conflict sa among school is, among school, dili kay siya noon bitaw kaayo, kay nagsugod pa man. So, pero naa naming mga students nga sipat. Kanang naa sila'y gang.
Naigang.
Oo, ang
Within
uban
the
student.
school, among the students.
Oo, na sila ginaapilan nga gang. Tapos dayon si
Ano to
Apagid
hanggang
senior
senior high ito, Shane?
Yes, sir. Ang student, sir. Senior high na.
Okay.
Tapos
Alam
ang
ng
kuan,
principal na may gangs.
yes, sir. Nung kabalo ang teacher. Pod.
Okay. And then what happened?
Tapos, sir, ang kabalakan man gyud namo kay ang requirement, sir, para maka-appeal sa gang is mangawat sila og ano, gamit sa teacher.
Parang initiation nila is
Oo,
mangawat o
sir.
gamit.
Hitabo na, sir.
Wow.
Like
That's a culture of violence.
nawalaan og speaker ang isa ka teacher man siguro to.
Bago lang ito, Shane?
Dili, sir, last year or
year.
last
Bago
oo.
nag-pandemic.
Oo. Tapos katong student nga nangawat is gipatawag bitaw siya, gistoryahan siya sa isa ka teacher. Why nabuhat to niya kay kato siya nga student kanang alone siya ba? Wala siya friends.
Wala siya friends.
Oo, bantog nabuhat to niya.
Belongingness yun, no?
Oo. So nasabtan na pod namo tapos gipang-uli niya ang nakawat bitaw.
Okay. It's interesting.
Mara na, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, sir.
Misamis Oriental. Miss Or. I think Miss Or also meron yung Binawangan National High School if they are still here. Sige, while we're waiting, I remind the others that this conversation is more about sharing some of your experiences in school conflicts and school violence. Let's call Cagayan de Oro.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Sir Rafael.
Yes, sir. For our school setting, mostly conflicts are in the form, well, violence for bullying. And we also have some conflicts with regards to improper use of social media. So yung mga ganun, yes, among learners, and sometimes can also happen to peers, no? to teachers as well. As for the learners, when conflicts arise, especially if the conflict is rooted in the school, or if it happens in the school, then we have guidance advocates who can actually help our students resolve the conflicts, especially if these conflicts are large enough to disrupt the studies of our learners. So ganun po yung ano. And as for the teacher part, I'm trying to recall on how to on how we do resolve conflicts, and I do recall there's the communication part, no? Teachers talk about it, and there's also the other part. They just go silent about it or ignore it until it goes away or is swept under the rug. Honestly, may mga ganon, if I remember correctly, no?
Yes,
So yung
that's
mga ganon, sir.
normal.
Yeah,
Thank
yes.
you.
Yeah,
That's
to
the other
avoid
thing about conflict is if people do not talk about it and people tend to forget. But
yes, true,
the
sir.
conflict has been there. Salamat.
Yes.
Thank you, Rafael.
Yes, sir.
Let's listen to Malay Balay.
Good afternoon, sir. I'll be speaking in behalf of the Malaybalay City Division. I am the student officer. So again, good afternoon, everyone. So in our institution, which is Bukidnon National High School, our population is rising from 9,000 to 10,000 learners every single year. So medyo daghan-daghan yun kayo mi sa amo ang school. And the conflicts that we usually encounter are alcohol, drugs, and how we mitigated it or how we resolved this is we tap the guidance counselors, and we also, I remember back in 2019 we were part of a training of Hunglos Bukidnon, and it was part of the Children in Conflict with the Law program. So we, as student leaders, we implemented the program called Alyansang Kabatanunan. So through the guidance counselors, we pick at-risk students who are vulnerable from these abuses, such as substance and sexual abuse, and we gathered them, creating a safe space where it is like a support group systems. And this is how we mitigated our conflict in our institution. And also another conflict but is bullying, but with a functioning officer of the Supreme Student Government, which is the peace officer, we also lessened it we lessened it through proper communication. So our peace officer communicated with the gang members or the head of the group, and told them to lay low so that it wouldn't result to more trouble, sir.
Yes, very good. That's why the SSG de facto oftentimes become peer mediators, because of the role that they play. And as I said earlier, a program like peer mediation wouldn't work if there are no accompanying other programs such as drug prevention, drug education, etc. Kasi hindi ito mag-operate on its own. No? Sige, thank you, Jamber. Did we call Bukidnon? Yeah, let's call Bukidnon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Elisa. Yes, go ahead, Ma'am.
From the division of Bukidnon. In our school is not so big, although its population, medyo na siya large na, pero ang among school is gamay-gamay. However, naagyapon may mga complex nga na-encounter. Number one is bullying, both bullying and cyberbullying. Then, just like the other schools, we also experience a gang wars. Although our school from another school. So what we did, and also our problem also is aside from that, of course, drug addiction. So our peer mediation is we have our guidance program. So from time to time, our guidance office is calling some, we have drug education program in our school. So we invited from the police, from the DSWD speakers to talk with our students during the beginning of the school year. So other conflicts, of course, through, kung gamay lang siya, of course, the advisor. Pag di na kaya, we have the guidance office, and of course, we call the attention of the parents. Now, when it comes to SSG, we have this group we called as parang barkada group, so that our students, our SSG, hand in hand with our guidance office, we have this in our school, some activities para ma-divert ang attention sa mga students, especially those students na gaka-appeal na sa mga gang. So we have some school, mga extracurricular activities namo para ma-divert ilang attention. And also sa cyberbullying, we also have some program sa SSG nga ma-divert po ang attention sa mga estudyante para dili na kaayo malesen na ang mga conflicts and other problems sa mo ang school. That's it,
All
sir.
right. Salamat. Thank you, ma'am, for Bukidnon. Let's have Iligan.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon po,
Good afternoon,
teacher.
Anne-Marie.
Po ng Iligan City Division. Ah, behalf of Iligan City Division po. And so far po sa school namin, we are catering 1,000 of students. It's a large school. And in my 2 years in the residence, minimal lang po yung na-experience namin with regards to conflict, yung student to student or student versus teacher. Siguro na-establish na talaga ng school yung meron na agad tumutugon every time nagkakaroon ng conflict. Kasi na-observe ko po pagpasok ko sa school, meron na nakalagay ng mga number ng principal kung saan pwede agad tawagan o pwede agad i-text kung ano yung problema na nangyayari sa loob ng school at saka pati na yung nasa sa labas. So, yung experience po, sir, yung conflict na pag-uusapan natin, agad-agad siyang natugunan kasi active yung school guidance namin at saka yung prefect of discipline. And then, with the help also, kasi hindi nagsisimula sa guidance to prefect and then tsaka pa siya mapupunta sa principal's office. Parang ganun yung flow, how to manage conflict. So, yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Lanao del Norte, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Jolette.
During in the old normal, sir, almost the same na sa laing division, no? Gang war, bullying, and then almost the same strategy. In fact, katong sa Iligan man ata to, or katong student leader, before Iligan, I think, na ay katong gigather nila, ginabuhat po na mo to siya, sir. Gigather na mo ang mga members sa gang war. Katong mga labaron nga estudyante, and then murag something recollection, ingon ana, nag-invite me og mga speakers, mga pastor, imam, ingon ana. Dayon later on, we also our school head, no, nag-coordinate po siya sa mga external stakeholders, particularly the LGU. That was before COVID. And then pagka-pandemic na medyo nawala, maybe because of the stay-at-home protocol sa mga kabatanunan, hindi na sila kayo kalaag. So nawala-wala na tong mga gang wars ingon ana. And then last year, sir, no, sa new normal, nag-conduct action research on cyberbullying, and then of course there was a pre-assessment survey, and then na-shock ko kay naagid di siya, no? Then 2 months after the start of the school year, kay December man to ang pre-assessment survey. And of course, naasa kong action research. Actually, duha mi ato, sir, ako as the SSG advisor, and the other one, akong partner is an ICT teacher. Kay kami mang duha magkakuan, kay syempre ako sa governance, dayon siya sa ICT. Ang hitabo, sir, naghimo mi og innovation, online peer counseling on cyberbullying. It is called Project Cyberbullied No More. So nga ana, sa new normal.
Very good. Right. So there were good initiatives, no, that schools are doing, particularly in addressing a very wide phenomenon now called cyberbullying, and that can be online bashing, private messages, etc. No? Let's now call Misamis Occidental. Miss O.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm from Balyango School of Fisheries, Misamis Occidental. I just want to share nga sa among experiences here in our school during the face-to-face classes pa was kanang nami fear as mga teachers and the administration nga na ay mga outsiders nga fraternity na I cannot tell kung unsa tong specific nga group or frat, but they are trying to recruit our senior high, especially the grade 10 to senior high students. So na-resolve na mo siya nga nami na pinpoint nga mga certain students. So we had kinahanglan na mo siya i-approach, and we had a conversation with our designated guidance counselor para maka-give of advices together with the advisors also para dili jud na ma-recruit sa mga outsiders nga fraternity. Wala ni mga gang war, but kana lang among fear. And aside from that, another is bullying naman jud mga students nga with disabilities, like nagkapin ang mga fingers or kanang naman yung mga kiang nga dili kuan pantay og mga tiil. So nalay mga ingana nga kansyaw, but medyo minor lang siya because ma-resolve raman siya through that the advisor, respective advisor sa mga concerned students. Kato lang. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss O. We'll have Tanggub. After Tanggub, we'll have Oroquieta and then Osamis and then Camille.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So here in our school, sa Tangkob, actually, sir, I am also designated as prefect of discipline in our school. So for the conflict, parang minimal ra siya since our students before the opening of the classes we are holding an orientation to discuss about the types of offenses sa namang good may mga minor offenses, mga major, and then napod may mga sanctions sa mga kanang, for example, na sila makumit na dayon ang mga students is they are already oriented for that. So parang natatakot sila na ma-prefix sila. So ang pinaka lang talaga na medyo malaki na nangyari is about katong nag-post sa cyberbullying to, nag-post siya pero na okay naman kasi mayroon naman kaming mga sanctions na, for example, alam na rin ng mga parents na kapag ginawa yun ng estudyante, mayroon talagang sanction na maano sa mga bata. Hindi kami, bago sila dalhin sa guidance counselor, dadaan muna sila sa prefect of discipline. Ganon yung sa amin. So hindi masyadong marami yung mga conflict na experience namin dito sa Tangko.
Thank you, Ma'am City. Let's listen to Osamis.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm sorry, dili na ako mauna kung cam. I'm having troubles.
Sige, it's okay lang, Isabella. Go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Again, I am Isabella from Ozamis City Division. When it comes to violence naman, we are also having problems sa school namin, gang wars. Actually, naatoy time nga ting klase manggud to, peak jud sa klase mga 2:00 sa hapon. Dayon, natingalan na lang may gagubot sa oval. Ang nahitabo na di ay kay naa di ay natubo sa ulo.
Oh no.
Ayun, natubo sa ulo then mao to gadugo na to dadto. Wala na jud to siya nadala og storya sa guidance, natingalan na lang mi naanay nangabot mga pulis, kay gidala na dayon ang mga students sa presintuhan, then di adto nagahusay, then wala na pud dayon mi news unsay nahitabo jud adto. Pero murag I don't dili po ko sure if na-suspended ba ang students ato or na-kick out ba jud to, kay namang gud po to students nga outside pud sa school nga nakasulod ato nga part pud sa sa gang. To so nahita wala na jud to nadala og storya through guidance, gidiretso na jud dayon sila sa police station. Also we are naapod cyberbullying also, we are having troubles with that. And like naman to student good nga I'm not just dili lang ko mag-mention of name, scandal actually dagan ana sa Ozamis, scandal sa students. Ang nahitabo is ang boyfriend nag-log in sa cellphone sa friend, wala na log out, then paglantaw balik sa friend, nakita na dayon ang ilang conversation, kita ng video, then mo to na spread siya. Yes. Actually sir, naabot jud ang video, naabot jud iligan ug tanggog.
Pag
na viral.
Oh. Na viral jud to siya, mao nang naglisod nami og trace ana. Actually gidala og Cagayan ang phone, then if pwede ba ma-put down ang video, pero dili naman jud madala since na spread na jud bitaw. Dayon
na-upload na. Kumalat na rin.
No, yes po, kumalat po talaga. Sa resolution naman po noon, napatawag jud pud siya, but I guess through time nalimtan naman siya manggod, but the damage that it was caused sa student manggod sir, kay she is having like mental breakdown, depression, and she is very
traumatic.
suicidal.
Yes, that's
She's
true.
she's very suicidal right now. So I don't think manggod nga kato nga problem masulbad ra jud nga through guidance.
Kompleto na. May I see? Okay na yan?
Yeah,
Ma'am
actually,
City, paki-mute po. Sige, go ahead, Isabella.
Yeah, so maora jud pud to ang problems nga ginaproblema jud pud sa amo ang school sir. Bullying, cyberbullying, gang wars, frat wars, yeah.
Which I think are common, no? Isabella, thank you very
Yeah.
much. In one of our sessions in the module, we'll be highlighting some cases where peer mediation is not encouraged or even allowed. Example, if a crime has been committed that attempted injury to another classmate, the peer mediation is not encouraged or even allowed because a law has been broken, and only a court or a police report can do that. So there are matters where peer mediation cannot operate. Example nung sinabi ni Isabella na sinaktan na at duguan na, and yan, tama yung ginawa ng school, police blotter because there was already personal injury. So hindi yan madadala ng peer mediation because a crime has been committed. It's a very good example of that. Thank you, Isabella. Let's listen to Oroqueta.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So,
good afternoon, John Mark.
Good afternoon, sir. Ang conflict nga akong makita sa mong skilan, sir, sa una, naay strand discrimination, sir, where in fact, i-consider nilang STEM like intelligent and wise, EBM, excel in math, like niya na bitaw, sir, and students from junior high school are having a hard time in choosing their own strand And usahay pud ang uban bata kay makapili og dili gyud right nga strand para sila mo na maglisod sila pag kuan bitaw, and we cannot prevent people in giving negative feedbacks and other strand. They continuously discriminate other strand in which it is not right thing to do. So our guidance counselor come up with an idea. Nagkuha siya student from each strand sir sa senior high, tapos conduct siya og room to room nga activity sa junior high school, and they will explain unsay naa sa strand nila ug unsay nakapag-excite sa ilang strand, in which makatabang siya sa mga junior high school in choosing their own strand for senior high school, sir. That's all, sir. Thank you.
That's true, and that is common among many schools, no, na nilulook down ang ibang strand, lalo na yung mga matataray, taga-UMS, taga-STEM, taga-GAS. Tapos nilook down yung ibang strand, and that can create conflict in the school. It's also common. And I think that was a good initiative of the teacher. But as I said, a peer mediation program should be accompanied by a good peace education program, because I think what the teacher did is a component of peace education. We will be talking about peace education as well, because that should not that is a key component that creates a better environment for peace education. Let's call Kami again. Thank you, John Mark. Kami again.
Sir po, bye. Ako na lang mag-share, sir.
Sige, go ahead.
Though di ko sa school, but we also encountered, na yung mga complaints tapos sa division office na sir about sa students. So, one of the good cases is itong teachers, male teachers inviting female students for kanang mag-inom. So, nag-complain ang
Male
parents.
teachers
Male
inviting
teachers.
students.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
there's a law against it. Sige, go ahead.
Then, mo to nag-complain ang parents about ito. Then,
Rightly so.
murag na escalate ang case, murag na anagid siya sa proper nga kuan. So, ang amo nung saon siya sa school pag resolve na niabot na ang parents sa kuan kanang proper court.
Okay, it can also affect the employment, the status of the employment of the teacher who committed it, no? But we will be talking about that as well. There are conflicts caused by relationships between teachers and students. Even as simple like my favoritism example, na paborito na isang teacher ang estudyante na to, and that relationship creates a division in the classroom, and it can create conflict as well. So meron din tayong module on that. But thank you for bringing that out, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Did I miss anybody? Wala, no? Natawag na lahat. All right, sige. Virtual clap na lang for everyone in your own spaces. But thank you. If you notice, lahat naman ng mga eskwelahan ay hindi exempted from conflict and violence. Depende sa laki, and oftentimes, as a rule, the bigger the school, the more difficult it is to manage conflict and violence. Na? Kapag may mega school ka na ang population ay 10,000, good luck na lang sa guidance counselor, no? Kasi that's 10,000 people you're looking at. I-compare mo siya to a smaller school, the smaller, not necessarily, but oftentimes the smaller, the easier to manage conflict and violence and promote the peace process inside the school. But many of what you mentioned are common among teenagers these days. And those are incidents of gang war, incidents of drug-related violence. Bullying is common among teenagers. Oftentimes, when they are young, when they are in elementary, medyo magsimula na ang bullying behavior noon. But pag hindi yan ma-address, magiging mas intense when they reach high school. And then meron din, of course, ng influence of external factors like, recruiting, fraternities recruiting among teenagers, especially among senior high schools. And also, lately, because of the pandemic, mas nag-increase ang incidence of cyberbullying. But even if there is a law that governs it, it is still up to the school and how to create an environment where cyberbullying is addressed, is prevented. No? That's why there is a session on social media engagement and cyberbullying, because as Isabel shared, cyberbullying has a very intense effect on mental health. It can cause depression, it can cause even suicides among teenagers. And that kind of violence can actually be prevented if we have a good program for that. That's if you notice, peer mediators by their nature are also peace advocates and peace educators, which will be part of the course that we'll be dealing with. No? So in the course of the 7 days, we will be asking each division to choose one school as their case. And that school should be familiar to many of the participants in that division, because you will be doing conflict mapping. So you'll be looking at incidents of conflicts in the school. Then you'll be doing conflict tree analysis, where you'll be guided how to analyze the roots and effects of school conflict. And you'll be asked to design a peer mediation program, which is essential in the training. So as early as now, you might as well talk to each other and decide which school you will use for your case study for this particular course. All right. Now let's move to the next part, which is the pre-test. Let me see if I can. Ma'am Jean sent to me your email addresses, but let me see if nagawa ko lahat. Because if you have access to your emails now, then we'll be sending a Google form. This is multiple choice. Yung mga, let me see muna, because I sent this to the students first. Can you check if you received something from me? If not, I will resend it. Online ba si Ma'am Jean? Ma'am Jean, are you still online?
I have not yet received any email, sir.
Oh, I'll double check. There might be something wrong with a moment, please. Let me check. Anong email mo, Isabel?
RatiliaIsabella@gmail.com po, sir.
Okay. Ratilia Isabella. Kindly check now. I'm sending, and then tell me if you have sent, if you received it. I think many of you are familiar with Google Forms. I don't need to. Ratilia, wait.
Same with
Paki-check.
Hinuog Division, sir. We have not yet received any email from you.
Not yet.
Yes.
Isabella, can you check if you received it now?
Wala pa din po, sir.
I-refresh daw.
Yes, ako
Hingoog
nag-refresh.
is Sheila Pontillas 1, 1978 at PepEd. Is that correct?
Okay, sir. Sir, we will kuha na lang with Ma'am Sheila. Thank you, sir.
And I can send it to your email. Do you have?
Sir, from the Division of Camiguin, wala din po akong na-receive.
Anong email mo, ma'am?
Annalyn.banaag@deped.gov.ph po, sir.
Kamigin, no? So, Annalyn Banaag at deped.gov.ph. I'm resending. Paki-check daw. So, ikaw na lang mag-share sa kasama mo.
Excuse me, sir, for Lano del Norte din po.
Receive na
Lano
po,
del
sir.
Norte, kay Alva Joy ipapadala? Or hindi?
Yes, sir. I checked my email po. Wala po siya, sir.
Wala din.
Oo.
I will resend it.
Thank you, sir.
And then ikaw na bahala mag-share sa the rest of the team. Okay lang?
Yes, sir. Okay lang po. Salamat po.
Sir,
Hi, sir. For
permission to speak, sir. Sama po, sir. Division of Valencia.
Valencia?
Yes, sir. Valencia, sir. We did not receive, sir.
I will resend to Sir Emmanuel Nunez. Can you ask him if he can?
Copy, sir.
Okay, sir. Copy,
Ako
sir.
na na-receive, sir. This is Emmanuel Nunez.
Excuse, sir, from Tanggub din, sir. Wala ako natanggap, sir.
From Valencia also, sir. Wala.
Valencia mo na unahin ko, ha?
Hi, sir. From Cagayan de Oro as well, sir. Thank you, sir.
Let me see. Si Sir Bobby Glenn Casanos is here online.
From Bukidnon, sir. Sir Bob.
Nandyan siya?
Yes, sir. Hindi pa niya na ano niya.
Wala din na-receive?
Haven't
Check na lang
received,
ulit.
sir.
Tapos, ang
sir.
Cagayan de Oro, kanino ipapadala? Michael? Kayo na lang? Ay, Dave?
Yes po, sir. Pwede po sa akin, sir.
I'm sending
Forward
to
po, sir.
michaeldave.tan. Is that email address?
Yes po, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir Dave.
Good
Sir,
afternoon.
From Tanggub, sir, wala rin, sir.
Tanggub? Wala pang
Yes.
natanggap?
Yes, sir. Wala pa. I just checked
Arniel
my
Mehoy yun na address. Arniel.mehoy. Yan ba yun? Tama?
Yes, sir. At deped.gov.ph. I just checked my email, sir. Wala akong natanggap, sir.
I-resend ko na lang, sir, ulit. Ha?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Check.
Good afternoon.
sir.
Sir, for
Also,
Miss Ordin po,
Unahin ko muna Miss Or. Kanino dapat ipapadala ang Miss Or?
Sir, for christine.cabiasa@deped.gov.ph po. Thank you.
Christine.cabiasa@deped.gov.ph.
Yes
Tama?
po. Yes po. Thank you po.
Okay. Sending now. Kindly share to your team na, no? Who
Good
else
afternoon,
na?
sir. From Malaybalay City, sir, wala pa rin kaming na-receive.
Kay Lucelyn Kahukom, wala?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll
Okay,
just check my email. Wala pa.
I'm sending to Lucelyn Kahukom now
Okay,
again.
yes po. Yes, sir. Okay po,
And
sir.
then, ano na lang ha, paki-share na lang to everyone else.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. As well as El Salvador City Division, sir, we haven't received an
El
email.
Salvador should be to Jurica FM.
I think Ma'am Jerica is not present this
So,
afternoon,
kanino
sir.
ipadala?
You can send it to my email, sir. jaenkeith.rochos@deped.gov.
Okay, jaenkeith.rochos@deped.gov.ph. Tama na?
Yes, sir. I'll send my email in the chat box, sir.
All right, send. And then ikaw na bahala mag-share sa team, the rest of the team for...
Hello, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sa Miss Ogden, sir, wala pa po kami yung receive. This is Marian, sir.
Marian.buta
Buta.
no?
At
Tama?
yes, yes, sir.
Ayan,
Check
paki-check
baka,
na
sir.
lang kasi sa iyo ko pinapadala.
Wala ko na-receive, sir.
Ay, i-resend ko.
Okay, sige po, sir.
Baka nag-bounce yun sa dami ng email. Sige lang.
Sir. Okay,
Sino
check
pang
ko
hindi
na lang.
nakatanggap na division?
Yan na, sir. Meron na, sir.
Permission to speak, sir. I
Go
haven't
ahead.
received any email from you, sir, or anybody else from the meeting. I'm
Sa
from
anong-
Region Hakalan from Division of Tangub.
Division of Tangub. So,
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Ren, nasa
manapit
sa
na.
group chat akong gisend.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
For everyone also, ang link sa katong gisend sa email akong sa chat box ako gibutang. I don't know kung ma-open niyo, paki-click na lang. Thank you.
alright. For safety, ano na lang I'm sending to rngnj@gmail.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Na? Sige. Who else did not receive anything?
Me, sir, from Marqueta, sir.
Oroquieta is Raymond Atay dapat, no? Raymond? Kay Raymond ko na lang ipadala. Raymond, pakicheck na lang email. Sino pang hindi nakatanggap?
Normal.
All right, it's multiple choice. So kindly answer the pre-test.
Nag-training ba ako? Naning, kayat lang. Karon muna ito sige ka vlogs ani, may gani kay ka.
Good afternoon, Vegan City Division po. Wala pa po natatapos.
Anong division ito? Sa Arian? Anong division ka? Maria, nakatanggap ka na ng email?
Yes po, sir. Meron na po, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sinong hindi pa nakatanggap? Who among you?
City Division po, sir. Wala pa po
Anna
natanggap.
Marie? Okay.
Yes po, Iligan
Anong
City
division?
po. Iligan City po.
Iligan City.
Malay-balay din, sir.
Anna Marie, padala ko sa annamarie.real. Yun ba yun at DepEd?
Yes po, annamarie.real@deped.gov.ph.
Alright. Sige. Paki-check na lang and then malay-balay ba? Wala pa rin?
Yes, sir.
Malay-balay will be...
Okay na malay-balay, sir. Thank you.
Okay na? Si Ma'am
Sir
Lucille,
Carl,
next
nasa
okay.
ako kisen.
Alright.
Sir, wala pa din po sa Ozame City Division.
Osami City should be sent to John Lian. Pero kaninong pwede pa ipadala?
Sa akin po, sir, Ratilia Isabella, yung kanina po.
So that's ratiliaisabella@gmail.com, no?
Yes, sir.
Tama. Sige, i-check daw. I've sent it na. And then i-refresh na lang.
Received na po, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead na. We'll have 30 minutes for the multiple choice.
Sir, excuse me. From
Yes.
Bukidnon until now, I haven't
Wala pa rin?
received.
Okay. Mag-send ako ulit, ma'am. Padala ko na lang sa lies1721@gmail.
Yes, sir. live1721@gmail.com.
LAIZ,
Thank you.
no?
Yes, sir. LAIZ.
Sent na Ma'am Eliza. Paki-check na lang daw. Last 10 minutes. So far, we have 20 who already submitted their pre-test, and then around 14, we are still waiting for them. 4 minutes more. Thank you. One minute more. All right, we're back. Can you see my presentation? Okay. So 31 responded to the pretest. As you can see, there were 25 points. And this is the total points distribution. Our average score is 13.65 over 25 points. And more or less, the average score is the same as the median. The median score is 14 over 25, or practically a little bit half of the general points. And the range is from 6 to 19, which is understandable. That's something we expected. Because you are from different categories. So some of you are students, some of you are teachers, some of you have been teaching for a long time, some of you are elected officials in the division. So we really expect a wide range. So our range is from 16 to 19 points. That's okay. We expected that. The highest point, somebody got 19. The lowest is that somebody got 6. That is okay. No need to feel bad about it, because that's the whole point of a pretest. We're happy that the median is above, is more than half of the score, and also the average. As you can see below, many of the frequently missed questions, understandably, are more technical in terms of definitions of conflict responses, fear responses. Many of you, the participants, scored the lowest in the question of, it is the natural act of young people helping each other manage or resolve conflict, because that's a technical definition. And not all of us are aware of the difference between institutional mediating and spontaneous mediation. So understandably, because those are technical questions, they scored the lowest. For example, there are some questions which can be confusing. For example, the answer is actually investigation, but you think it could also be inquiry, it could also be data gathering, because you might think that they refer to the same thing, but in the protocols of peer mediation, they are different. So what I'm saying is, we understand that because half of the questions are very technical, and therefore many of you are not yet familiar with the whole protocol and processes of peer mediation, and therefore the scores are lower, which is okay. So what is our target? So we see here now, this is our baseline. We hope that at the end of the 7 days, our median point should be between 18 to 25, or even 20 to 25. That's our target, that we will run this test again after 7 days, and hopefully many will get perfect. So hopefully our range could be from 18 to 25 again. And because throughout the course, many of you will encounter these terminologies, and therefore it's easy for you to answer that. No? So that is our pre-test, and hopefully we'll be sharing this to you, because we can adjust this. But if you will be the one handling this training after for your own divisions, then you can improve, modify, or even share this particular pre-test that will serve as the baseline for your training. All right, so 30 minutes more. Let's see if we can make this one larger. So Ma'am Jean already mentioned earlier the schedule of activities. I suppose she also sent you a copy of that. So I won't be discussing that, but just to emphasize that there are, aside from the hours, there are off-grid, there are offline activities, and that can come in the form of coaching That can also be assignments or even group work. For example, we will be giving you enough time offline to practice when you do your SIMEX or your simulation exercise, because you will be observed conducting a peer mediation session handling a particular case. Okay, so to close that particular module, the assessment skills is designed to determine the training needs of your identified student participants and capacity enhancement in training technology with emphasis on blended learning. No? So, siguro ang gusto lang natin nito ay kasama sa inyong capacity building ang pag-intindi kung ano ang magandang paraan to be able to determine the training needs of your identified students. Now, depende yan sa inyong school na napili. Pag malaki ang eskwelahan, kung minsan that peer mediation teams ay per year level. I think that's what happened in, if I'm not mistaken, in Hasaan National High School. Merong peer mediation team for grade 10, 11, 12, ganyan, no? So grade 8. So merong 6 na peer mediation teams. One, sobrang laki ng eskwelahan. Ang grade 7, may sariling peer mediation team. Ang grade 8, may sariling peer mediation team, etc. May mga eskwelahan din naman na maliit, gaya ng Madrid or ng Kapatagan National High School. Sa piloting namin na dahil manageable naman, isang peer mediation team lang to handle the whole school population. So that would be easier that way. Depende na yan sa mapili ninyo na case school as part of your output. So there are 5 core competencies in the peer mediation that will be assessed, no? So ito 'yon ang ito yung basihan sa ginawa natin na pre-test kanina. So the 5 C's are, the number 1 is confidence, no? And importante yan na if you're a peer mediator, you have self-confidence. And that confidence comes from self-knowledge and an awareness of values. No? So, parang mahirapan tayo mag-train ng isang peer mediator pag wala pa yung self-confidence, the ability to talk, example, the ability to speak in public, the ability, for example, to assert himself or herself in front of disputants. Kasi during a mediation, makamag-away patuloy lalo. Kailangan may confidence yung peer mediator to be able to assert his or her authority during a mediation session. Ang pangalawa na sa 5C ay communication skills. As I said kanina, dahil hindi ka magiging peer mediator if you don't have excellent or at least outstanding communication skills. You can listen well, you're capable of listening and then rephrasing, making sure that what you heard is exactly what the person intends to say during a mediation. So that's the second set of skill na i-assess natin. So kanina there were questions pertaining to communication skills, and these are skills that facilitate understanding and cooperation. Marami kanina refer to commitment to peace and non-violence. No? So there were many questions that pertain to peace education, peace process, conflict transformation, and all of that. Because it is crucial na bago ka maging peer mediator, you're committed to peace. Kasi otherwise, nagpapanggap ka lang. Ba't ka naman magbibigay ng mag-mediate is wala kang personal commitment to peace and non-violence. Na? And ang pang-apat ay contextualization. Ibig sabihin, especially that many of, well, we are dealing with high schools. And many of these are, co-ed, na nandyan yung men, nandyan yung women, nandyan yung mga LGBT. And therefore, mahalaga na pagtutunan natin, we'll pay attention to making sure that the context of our peer mediation is gender inclusive. Because women have a different way of handling conflict than men. And we need to understand that in this part of this course. It is also culture sensitive. The Maranaos have a different way of understanding conflict than, for example, the non-Maranaos, the Cebuanos. So, or the Higaonans would have a different way of understanding peace and conflict than yung mga hindi lumad, no? And youth-oriented, no? So kailangan may age appropriate yung ating peer mediation. Gagamit tayo ng mga methodologies na appropriate to the millennial generation. And lastly, the fifth competency na ating pagbigyan ng pansin ay competence, and that is your capability to enter into and manage dialogue, negotiation, and mediation. So those are the 5 core competencies that has been the basis for the pretest. So when we conduct pretest, we can make sure that the 5 C's are well represented, but the 3, 4, 5 have more questions in them when you do your pretests, because that is something that has greater weight in a program like this. Do you have questions? Again, you can use the group chat or you can just open your microphone. All right. I think somebody said no question. So I assume that everything is clear. So before we will call it a day, because we started early and therefore we can end early na. Pwede maka-recap about the details in our case study. Okay. Una, the first thing you should decide as a division is anong school ang gagamitin ninyo for your case study. Because I suppose under the division, there are many schools and the teachers also are familiar with other schools. But I hope you will choose a school that is very familiar to you, and that means alam nyo ang population ng eskwelahan, ang location, ang type of buildings meron, ang history of conflict, because in the case study, you will be asked to detail the history of conflict in that school for the past 3 to 5 years. And then kasama din sa case study is your chosen case. So pwede kayong pumili. Gusto nyo bang gang war, bullying? Pwede rin na discrimination. Pwede rin na academic competition. No? May mga eskwelahan na nag-aaway ang dalawang estudyante dahil both of them wanted to be first honor. Yung ganyan dati, di ba? So you can, as a division, you can choose what kind of conflict would you like to focus on in your case study. The rest of that, ibigay na ang instruction as we go along in this module. Thank you for that, Reeve. Any other question? All right. One new message. Will we be given copies? Yes. In fact, you will receive a whole manual. That's part of what you will receive. There is a manual. There's a training manual we wrote. We authored on this, and all of those who will be able to finish this course will receive a digital copy of the manual. We will be giving the formal outline of the case study on, let me see, on day 3. Kasi we don't want you to, unahin muna natin yung fundamentals kasi mahirap intindihin ang formal outline without going through the fundamentals. So yan, Sir Elter. Mag-fundamentals muna tayo, then we will do the case study outline. Anything else? So pag wala na, I'll go to my closing activity, and this is a self-assessment. I'll briefly, because we have little time, I'll be asking the teachers and student representatives in the room. Let me underscore that. Ang tanungin ko muna for this particular round ay hindi muna ang mga division officials, but I will be asking the teacher coordinators and the SSG officers, look at the core competencies and assess yourself. What is your strength? And saan ka magaling sa 5 na yan? And what is your weakness? Saan ka pinakamahina sa 5 yan? So again, we will have the students first and then the teachers. A very brief self-assessment. Just open your microphones. So of the 5 core competencies that we will be focusing on, what is your strength and what is your weakness? Okay? And hopefully the DepEd officials will pay attention to that because that will be part of what we'll be focusing on. Let's begin with, I'll call the name na lang kasi meron naman akong list given by Ma'am Jean. No? So, tawagin ko muna ang mga estudyante natin na mga participants if they are online. So, si Trixie Morales is here. Trixie, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Pardon the question, sir.
Di ba we have 5 competencies? No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and just share to us, sa tingin mo, sa sarili mo, alin doon magaling ka na at alin doon ay mahina ka pa? Sa 5.
Personally, sir, I don't think that I am in any way great in any of the five. I'm still at average level siguro, sir, compared to other people, those na professional na talaga. Pero I would say as a student and as a student leader, I excel in some way with my communication skills, sir. It is something that I've really honed and I really put effort into developing
Very
and
good.
enhancing my skills in communication to those students that really need mediating and mediation, sir. And I would say that although um, I have a bit knowledge, I have confidence, but really it's a different story when you're facing already the peer mediation in reality. So sometimes you can't really handle yourself, and so I have a bit of trouble with my confidence during peer mediation, sir. But it's something that I hope to work on and I hope to improve.
All
Thank you,
right.
sir.
It's very good. Very good, Trixie. Aaron Jean,
Good afternoon, sir.
afternoon.
So in my end, sir, I would like to say that I would like to share that I am confident in, or I have confidence to become a peer support because just like Trixie, I've come to hone my skills in communicating and all, and understanding the values, and to be aware of the values that we must have or possess. And also about the thing that I'm not really confident about, or my weakness, is the competence in dialogue. I mean, in a way that I am really good at communicating, but I have doubt in the things that or in the negotiation part, because I am really not good in convincing someone. So I
Mm-mm.
believe I I must work on that part, and I am very hopeful that that part will be enhanced after this training, sir. Thank you.
Very good, no? Because to be a negotiator, you should be able to influence the disputants. So that's a very good self-assessment. Isabella?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. When it comes to my end naman also, I would say that I have a bit of knowledge when it comes to communication skills, but yeah, I am also very scared. I'm also very scared on, you know, facing lahi ra jud na basta face to
Mm-mm.
face na. And when it comes to confidence naman, I think I have I am confident on what I have naman then, and what I will say, but yeah, I have a long way to go naman din, and I have a lot of things to learn also with the help of my co-officers.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
thank you.
very good. Thank you, Isabella. John Mark?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. And I
Afternoon.
think I am confident to become a peer support that comes from knowledge, and I have the confidence to become a peer support that comes from self-knowledge and awareness of values. And I'm also a peer educator, sir. So I'm confident in, becoming a peer leader. And the
Mm-mm.
thing that I need to work on is my communication skills that facilitate understanding and cooperation. And I'm not sure with my communication skills yet, but I'm trying to work on that, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Gerson, Susana? Gerson, are you still in the room?
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, for Gerson Lozano po from Misamis Oriental, maybe he will be able to join tomorrow po kasi kanina he's having accessibility po with the internet connection.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank you
understandable.
po.
Tomorrow is a holiday, no? So our next.
Sorry. Yes po.
Sige, thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Is Norwin John in the room?
So good afternoon, sir. So for me, the strength is that I have the confidence because I've been working for it for a very long time.
Okay, good.
To convince people, to encourage people, especially to become a peer support to my fellow Filipino youth leaders, and also the strength. The weaknesses for me in this 5 competencies is that competencies is the communication skills. Though I have the confidence really to speak in front of people, but it's the thing that I'm really focusing with to really enhance my public speaking skills, to encourage more people, and to be a bearer of change. And thank you, sir.
Thank you, Norwin. That's very good. Jumper.
Good afternoon again, sir. So I think what I have developed is contextualization. So as someone who lives in Bukidnon, I think we should really be cultural sensitive and we should really follow cultural appropriateness. And in terms of youth-oriented approach, or this would really apply to everyone. I'm actually in an organization called Halad to Health, which is a mental health organization. And one method of approach which was taught to us is the algae method. And I think what I really need to improve, sir, is confidence, because although I have the confidence to speak in front of hundreds of people, or the confidence to open my mic or open my camera, the confidence in the 5 C's doesn't really mean that kind of confidence. I think it's the confidence to aid, because that's the purpose of mediation. We should reduce rather than hurt other people more. So I'm not that confident yet because I know that I am also not that competent, but through trainings, and I hope through this week long or this how many days long training, I hope that I would gain that confidence and I will be competent in addressing peer mediation.
All right. That's very nice. Thank you, Jumper. Reeve?
Good afternoon, sir. Can I be heard?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, first of all, I would like to apologize to the noise disturbance in my background. There are many dogs barking.
Okay.
But moving on, if I were to say my strengths from the 5 core competencies, is that I would say that I would be confident in communication, and in my ability and commitment to peacemaking and the nonviolence, because in my cases I have mediated certain cases of students where they wanted to share their mental struggles, and I can say, not to burst my own bubble, but I can certify myself that I have the confidence to mediate other students' struggles and to assist them in their shortcomings, and would provide emotional and mental support to them in their trying times, as well as having or being an effective communicator in dealing with their problems. And the only weakness that I would say is that I have certain, maybe certain prejudices towards the suspension of my natural attitude, in which when someone shares to me their personal struggles or really in-depth hurt feelings, there are some prejudices that would come to mind. But as a mediator, I would prioritize not judging first, and then would proceed to help them in any way that I would. That would be all. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. I mean, practically all of us have biases. It's our capacity to set aside our biases that will make us more neutral, no? So when we say you have to be neutral as a mediator, it doesn't mean you're incapable of discrimination. It just means that you're capable of setting aside your own biases when you take on the role. Very good. Let's hear from Joanne. Shane.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Shane.
Hello, sir. I would say that I'm good at negotiating kay bisan unsa pa na siya nga problem, sir, kay makaayos gyud nako na siya. Tapos,
Good.
and my weakness is confidence, cause not all the time nako'y confidence sa akong self. That's all, sir.
Yeah. Sige, as
Thank
the
you.
others said, the more that you learn, the more that your confidence will grow. No? Sige, it's okay. Nandyan ba si Prima sa kandong?
Sir, I am the teacher advisor of Prima. She's not
Okay pala
around
na sis. Sir, okay pala na sis na. Sir,
for her
sis
scholar.
is not around, sir, because he's having a hard time with his signal, sir.
Alright, sige. Okay, now let's listen to the teacher advisors that we have in the room. Let's see, in the absence of an FGD, let's listen to how they assess themselves in terms of what they are good at and what is their weakness, so that we can tailor our training according to their self-assessment. So let's listen to Ma'am Eliza. Simon?
Okay. For me, sir, of the 5 core competencies, I think my strength is the competence and commitment. Number 1 is commitment, because first, I can commit religiously to something, and I always peace, because I am a peace lover.
Yes.
And confidence to become a peer support. So, as a teacher advisor, I will always support any activities in the school, especially about the peer mediation. And for my weakness, I think I find it hard to become competent in dialogue, negotiation, and mediation. Although I am a teacher, but I think in this part, because for me, I believe, I think mediating in dialogues and in negotiation, pang-expert naman good, sir. So I still need many para bang some help personally, so that I will be confident when it comes to dialogue, negotiation, and mediation. That's
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's very clear. Sir Rafael Silaga.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sir, good afternoon. As for me, sir, I think I'm mostly acquainted with the first 3 C's, sir, the communication, confidence, and the commitment.
Okay.
Yes. Well, first of all, I believe that personally, I believe that communication is one of my strengths, as a teacher and also as a nurse. And so next, as a background, since I'm a nurse, I'm in my previous profession, I have been taught and I have had trainings with therapeutic communication. And so I do believe that this will help me get acquainted well with the techniques that I need to master in peer mediation. And as for the confidence, I mean, for the commitment, well, I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't be committed into being a peer mediator and for peace building. So
Okay.
that's it, sir.
Yeah, very good. Nurse and teacher, very nice. Let's call Popeye. Sir Popeye.
Hello, everyone. I think I check all the boxes. Charot lang.
Very good.
Without, sir, I think we as teachers, we should be able to check all the 5 core values nga unsang gipangayo in this training of trainers, because the mere fact we are attending here and standing with our division is already a proof and an evidence that we are confident, we are committed, we know how to contextualize, we are competent, and so to isa ka 5, the remaining basta mauto siya, sir. And I think
Okay.
we just have to put limits on what we have. It's because if we are overconfident, then dili na pud maayo, diba? Too much of something is bad. And I think at the end of this training of trainers, I believe that we can be the most perfect mediator, if not perfect, but nearest to the perfect mediator in our school and in our division. And being very competent also pod with and with the trainings nga inyo i-hand in sa MOA, we know we will be total persons developed. Charot lang. Bitaw, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, true. Thank you, Popeye. Let's call Jane, please. Rosios.
Good afternoon, teachers and students. So for me, since I just started the work here in Ed, so out of the 5 core competencies that was stated or explained in the presentation, I think the competency that I need to focus on and to work for me to improve is on the communication skills. So although teachers need to have that level of communication skill that could parang narrate, that could tell or explain properly the lessons to students, but for me, communication skills needed in mediating conflicts or any other issues need a certain level na different from the communication skills that we are taught of or that we were taught during undergraduate years. And that is the thing that I need to focus on. And the out of the 5, I think I'm much more confident in terms of contextualization because
Okay.
because I was immersed in. I'm actually an active volunteer in the community as well as in our school here in El Salvador.
Very good. That's very nice. Thank you. Eileen Mandokita.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, co-teachers. 5 core competencies. Among the 5, I think I have the strength in the communication, commitment to peace and non-violence, and competence in dialogue. So I can say I am confident to become a peer support, but may sumpay nga self-knowledge and awareness of values. When we say self-knowledge, we are, because in peer support in this field, although I am a teacher and I know some aspects of negotiation, mediation, but maybe we have, because we are dealing with human behavior, conflicts, maybe it's good or it's better that we also have to know legal aspects, legal backgrounds of this. Maybe we have to have some backgrounds on guidance counseling, because as teachers, yes, we can say that we are multitasking, doctor, nurse, guidance counselor, you name it. Oo,
Police.
tanan ta, yes, oo. We have that one. And babihalag, wala ka, kinahanglan naa ka ana as teacher. But in this case, we have to specialize on this. Kay conflict manggod siya. So, if conflict, if you cannot handle it properly with caution, with care, because most of these students needs care, needs attention. So by dealing with this, by dealing with them, we have to, fragile kayo bitaw siya, sir. So in that sense, maski your focus is on the student to make him or her siguro most of the students murag kasagara is problema gid sa school, but your focus is para kung na COVID ba is back to normal, di ba? Pero we have to put in mind nga naa siya mga naay parents nga gatan-aw, naay outside force nga gakuan. So we have to handle it with care. So siguro dapat naatay mga more orientation on legal aspects and guidance counseling. And this contextualization, if we have to go deeper with this, like for instance in our school that we pareha sa imong giingon gaya na sir nga saksak sinagol. So kung moingon lang ta nga we have Muslims, we have this Bisaya, we have this Maran, we have this Higaonons, we have this urag melting pot siya, but as I've said, we have to go deeper sa ilahang mga attitudes, sa ilahang mga behaviors para ma-handle nato siya with care. So maybe expertise, so more orientation pa with this. Thank you, sir.
All right, that's very good. Thank you, Eileen. Let's call Ma'am Anna Marie Rial.
Good afternoon po, sir. Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon.
Siguro po sa limang ito, sure po ako na 1, 2, 3, and 4, magaling po ako dyan. Ay, grabe na.
Very
Kasi
good.
as teacher, we are confident enough. Yes, and of course, meron tayo, full pack tayo ng tinatawag natin communication skills. At the same time, I could also say that I am committed to everything. So lahat ng kung pwede committed tayo dyan. And then, pang-apat, contextualization, kahit saan pong banda ng education, no? Pag-usapan yung contextualization, meron si teacher. Ito lang po talaga siguro yung weakness, yung panghuli, yung competence in dialogue, negotiation, and mediation, kailangan pa siguro na mas maraming bakbakan with regards to dialogue kasi kayun ba lang tinitrain tayo, teachers, students, also future leaders. So, malamang sa 5 na ito, dito tayo sa number 5 week. So, yan lang po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Ma'am. Ma'am Jolette.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Ma'am Jolette. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Among the 5 C's of peer mediation, strengths, sir, I am I'll start because of strength. Commitment to peace and non-violence, and then contextualization of peace. I think I am an asset of peace. As a juris doctor, I am trained to understand the spirit of the law.
Very good.
Pero kaning 1 to 5, sir, 1, 2, and 5, medyo tagilid because as a juris doctor, I am trained to defend the client, to answer on behalf of the client. So medyo in confidence as a peer support, communication skills in cooperation, dayon competence in negotiation and mediation, medyo alanganin ko dihang dapita, sir. Although, ang Supreme Court, although we have the alternative disputes system,
Solution, yeah. ADR, na? Oo.
system, we have adopted the ADR system, but still, murag, dili siya, in fact, sa ADR system, murag, I think, wala lawyers diha.
Wala gyud.
Kuan lang ang mo process lang sa ilang papilis the lawyer, it's ang lawyer, pero ang kanang kuan sir during the mediation negotiation murag outside gud siya sa kuan ba, even in the labor dispute sir, di ba, sa
True.
kay we kanang amon training to defend our clients, so pero rest assured that I am very much willing to be trained.
Very good.
Sir.
Yeah, but that is true. Lawyers are trained to defend their clients, no? So our neutrality will be jeopardized, but that is true. Thank you. Sir Dominador Bautista. Wala si Sir, no? Okay, let's call Sir Elter. Elter Hazel Meraflor. Sorry.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon once again. I am agreed to Ma'am De La Cruz, no, that these are the 5 competencies. Being a teacher, we must have all these competencies, but para to focus lang, no, because being a teacher, dili man gud ta day to day na ay peer mediation, so parang stagnant ang atong knowledge. So as I would say that my strengths are on the first 4, and the last competency is my weakness, or not really a weakness, but it needs to be improved, no, kay the same thing as a juris doctor, we are trained to defend. Maglisod ta og as mediator, no? So the same thing I am willing to be learned, although I could say naman tay guidance counselor why kinahanglan pa nato ni, but as a teacher we need to be also competent in dialogue, negotiation, and mediation. Thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am Rochelle Sagrado. May music na tayo. She not around? Sige. Let's call Sir JD Ace Palanas.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I think Sir JD Palanas is having a hard time with his signal, sir, because he's in Dumaguete, sir.
Okay. All right. Sige. Thank you. Si Ma'am Christine Regodon.
Excuse me, sir. Ma'am Christine Yorgidon is also not available right
Ay,
now.
oo nga, kanina, no? Sorry. I remember
Yes,
you
sir.
saying that, Isabella. Ma'am City, Katulakula.
Good afternoon, sir. Ma'am City, Dato Dakula's phone as naglobat kasi, sir, eh.
Okay. Sige.
Lobat kasi.
The, online. Nandito ba si Sir James Alvan?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Now, among the 5 core competencies, I think my strength is the communication skills that facilitate understanding and cooperation. I believe in our school, Manggol, sir, we have this process every time there are activities that needs to be implemented. We do this process. We send letters to our respective grade level coordinators. And then after informing the coordinators, then the coordinators will inform the teachers under his or her care. And then the advisor will inform the students about the activity. So with that, I think if this practice in our school will be continued, I guess I would be able to facilitate understanding about peer mediation. And my weakness, sir, among the 5 competencies is that commitment to peace and non-violence. I believe before we can spread peace to our colleagues, to our peers, and to our students, we need to possess peace in ourselves first. You know, with that, if we will look into the brighter side, the beauty in everything, I believe negativity and hate cannot foster. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sir James. And finally, another question I'm going to ask this time the division YFC or the Youth Foundation Coordinators. As of now, what school are you thinking of for your case study in your own division? So sa ngayon, anong school ang inisip niyo po para gawing case study as an output for this training? And what is your reason? Let's call Sir Michael Dave Tan.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. For now, kasi Sir Jairus, my fellow YFC, is not around, and I think we have to agree also kung ano ba talaga yung school na pipili namin for the case study. But I guess for now, I'm thinking na since Sir Raf from Tablon is with us in this training, so I guess it would be best to parang be in sync then with him. If not, we can also take a look at the data rin sa mga schools in terms of violence with the children, or if yung may mga kailangan talaga i-focus na mga schools in terms of these. But I think for now, I'm speaking on my behalf, sir. I think it would be Tablon for now, Tablon National High School.
Tablon National High School. Is that a big school, Sir Dave? Or
if I'm
medium
not
lang?
mistaken, medium yata, Sir Raf, no?
Okay. Sige. Thank you. Ma'am Annalyn, what school are you thinking of? For Camiguin.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, sir. I think the school that I will going to choose for the case study is the school where Sir Popeye is assigned, the EUP, the Eulalia Paviliori National High School. It is a medium school. And I am also interested in that school because that school is my alma mater.
Oh, okay. So you're familiar with it. Very
Yes.
good. Madali lang case study mo dyan. Sige.
Yes.
I'll call Ma'am Jurika SL. If she's not around. How about Ma'am Sheila Pontillas?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. For Hingog City Division, sir, I think we will have to discuss it with my partner, Melody, but in behalf sa ako, sir, for me, sir, no, siguro we will choose Hingog City Comprehensive National High School because it's a mega school.
No? Okay. Sige.
Yes, sir. It's a mega school and lots of cases siguro ang naa-dito. So we can
think
choose.
so. Yeah, that's a good choice. We should have a mega school in the case study. Very good. Sir
Yes,
John, which elegant school are you thinking of? Sir John Perkin?
Hello po, sir. We were thinking po since we are already with Ma'am Ann, so we will be focusing on Acelo Bedelius.
Ano ulit ang name, sir?
Acelo Badelias Memorial High
Estela
School.
Badelias Memorial High School. Okay. All right. Thank you. Ma'am Alva Joy.
Yes po. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What school are you thinking of for your case study?
Sir, Youth Formation Coordinator from Lanao del Norte po, sir.
Yes. So anong eskwelahan ang inisip niyo for your case study?
I'm still thinking pa po, sir. Kung ano yung magandang school na iano namin. Pag-uusapan pa po
Okay.
ng partner ko po.
All right, sige. So as long as by Wednesday, ma'am, meron ka na
Yes po.
decision na. Salamat.
Okay, salamat po, sir.
Ma'am Lucilene, kahukom.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. We already have an initial discussion with my team. So we decided to choose the Bukidnon National High School, sir, the mega school.
It's a mega school also. No?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
Very
po.
good. Ma'am
Challenge.
Marian. Ma'am Marian for Miss Ok.
I think Miss Marian is no longer available, sir, but we will talk about it, sir, kung anong school ang among i-case study, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Nandito pa ba si Ma'am Christine Cabiasa for Miss Or?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon. Ano school
Sir,
ni ma'am?
yes, sir. For Misamis Oriental, I am thinking of having Misamis Oriental General Comprehensive High School, the biggest school in the division, which houses around 10,000 students. But
Wow.
yes,
But
po,
that's
but
in Cagayan de Oro, no?
yes, sir. It is in Cagayan de Oro, but it belongs to the division of Misamis Oriental. But
Oh,
also,
okay.
sir, I am considering another comprehensive school, and it depends with the approval of our schools division superintendent po. But I am eyeing MOGS, Misamis Oriental General Comprehensive High School. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's a very good school. That's also a mega school.
Yes po.
Sir Raymond, for Oroqueta, what are you thinking of? He's not around. Okay.
Thanks, sir. Well, he's not around po, pero nag-chat po siya sa akin. We're thinking Misamis Occidental National High School po.
Misamis
Quezon City
Occidental
Division.
National High School. All right.
Yes, sir.
Malaki din yan na school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wala dito. Isabella lang natira. Isabella, what school will you be doing?
Sir, I still need to ask my teacher advisor about this.
Okay, sige. So as long as by Wednesday, you have your final decision na, no? Kasi ang mga output after that should be based on your case school na. Thank you. Sir Arniel Mehoy?
I believe, sir, Tangub City National High School, because it is the mega school here in Tangub, and not only that, the teacher advisors, the RFSSG officer come to that school, sir.
Okay. So we will have Tangub National High School. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sir Emmanuel Nunez.
For Valencia, sir, we will have to discuss with Biden since the teacher advisor and the student government presidents coming from the Valencia National High Schools. Maybe it would be the best that the case study will be on Valencia National High School.
Anong population dyan? Valencia National.
9,000 to 10,000. It is a mega school.
That's a mega school din, no? Sige. And finally, Bukidnon, nandito ba si Sir Bobby Glenn?
Sir, in behalf of Sir Glenn, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Ma'am Elisa, go ahead.
Hello, Ma'am.
National High School. It is also a mega school here in Bukidnon. It is a nearby school to us, but then we will still finalize it with my team, sir, with Sir Bob.
All right. So, basta by Wednesday, ma'am, no, maka-finalize na tayo. Okay, thank you very much. Let's give each other a round of applause. It's 5:01. We should be able to end now. So I'll turn you over back to Ma'am Jean or to Sir Myron if they are still around, or to our host, Sir Dave. And then I'll get to see you on Wednesday in the morning, because the Wednesday is a morning session, if I'm not mistaken.
Excuse me, sir, permission to talk.
Yes, go ahead, Isabella.
Sir, may I ask if na ay deadline ang case study?
But the case study instruction will be given in the day 3 and day 4, I think. But we need the name of the school and its population by Wednesday.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. And thank you, everybody. Thank you. That's a very nice launching and introduction. Back to you, Sir Dave.
Thank you so much, Brother Ray. And that was Sir Reynaldo Barnido, the Executive Director and Chief Learning Officer of Duyug Marawi Resource Institute for Peace Education. Let's all give Brother Ray a virtual round of applause dito po sa ating Zoom na platform. So can we all do that po? Let's click on the virtual applause or virtual clap na button for our reaction. Maraming salamat po. Again, maraming salamat, Brother Ray. On behalf of DepEd Region 10, we are very much grateful for your presence today. Marami po kami natutunan, and I'm really sure na we will be learning more from you on our next sessions with you. And like you said, no, I think our participants have heard it right. We shall be hearing more from Sir Ray as he will be back in our next sessions in the upcoming days of this training. In fact, no, it's very exciting to have this case study. Me personally, it's going to be something very interesting because we'll also may mga concrete steps tayo for this training. So it's not just parang we just absorb the information, but we really have something tangible talaga na outputs for this training. So exciting days ahead po. I think Doc Jean has already left the room because she has an urgent concern. So I'll just give my final announcements and reminders. I hope that you were able to sign the attendance sheet or the online attendance for today. I'll drop it again on our chat box because I think we also need to click on that for our logged out attendance. No? So every time we enter the training session, we need to click on that link to sign in. And then after every session, we need to also click on that link to sign out. And after the series of trainings, an evaluation link will also be given during the last day. So yun po ang ating mga announcements po. On behalf of the Department of Education Region 10, headed by RD Art Bayoko, at maraming salamat po for joining us this afternoon. To the technical working group headed by Doc Jean Maquiliano and our core members and the YFCs working behind the scenes today, thank you kaayo sa inyuha. And to all our participants, teacher, advisors, RFSSG officers, and fellow youth formation coordinators, daghan kaayong salamat. Keep safe and healthy po kayo lagi, and see you on our next session, which will be on Wednesday, December 1, 8 o'clock a.m. So again po, yung ating next session will be on Wednesday, December 1, 8 o'clock a.m. Please keep posted po on our official Facebook Messenger group chat for updates and more information. This has been your host, Dave Tan, leaving you with a quote from Gat Andres Bonifacio. Itinuturo ng katwiran ang tayo'y magkaisang loob, magkaisang isip at akala, at nang tayo magkaisa na maihanap ng lunas ang maghaharing kasamaan sa ating bayan. Patuloy po tayo, #para sa kapayapaan, #para sa bayan, #para sa bata. Magandang hapon sa lahat at maligayang pagdiriwang sa araw ng kapanganakan ni Andres Bonifacio. Good afternoon everyone and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
very
Enjoy
much,
the
sir.
holidays. See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, brother.
Bye
Bye, everyone.
everyone. Good afternoon. Maayong Pinoy.